the $20,000 Ethereum. It's a question of when, not if this is going to happen. When you start to understand the fundamentals of Ethereum, what's happening behind the scenes, how can you not be bullish on Ethereum? And I know the fees have been a bit of a drag recently, but there's so much going on in the Ethereum space right now to make you bullish, including massive solutions coming to fix those fee problems. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing why I am so bullish on Ethereum and why a $20,000 Ethereum is programmed into the matrix. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you'd like to learn some more about, maybe just stay up to date with, then you should definitely subscribe to the Lark Davis channel. Also, if you can take a quick second and tap on that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, that would be super awesome, and I thank you very, very much for doing so. And of course, anybody who would like to receive a notification should click on the notification bell so that you know when I put out a new video. By the way, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, then you have got to get yourself an account over on Femex. It is the best exchange for longing and shorting a wide range of the top cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, they got all of the good stuff. Use the link down below in the description. You're going to get 10% off of your trading fees, as well as be eligible for up to $3,600 in trading bonuses. So you get $100 as just kind of sign-up bonuses, making your first trades, making your first deposits, and then they have this insane limited time offer going on right now where you can get up to $3,500 in deposit bonuses that you can use to trade on the platform. So check that out if you are a trader. Now, let's get into why I believe a $20,000 Ethereum, it's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. First, let's talk about something that's happening right now, which is this beautiful breakout that Ethereum is having versus Bitcoin. So this is on the weekly chart here. You can see we've just been coiling up and coiling up for months now. In fact, so this is going all the way back to April. We are getting a breakout, a major breakout on this pattern. This is going to send Ethereum soaring versus Bitcoin, assuming, of course, that this breakout does hold. I think we're going to see Ethereum closing a lot of distance between it and Bitcoin in terms of total valuation. So very interesting breakout that we're seeing here. Obviously, it's putting a lot of eyes on Ethereum over the last couple of days. We'll see how this weekly breakout does continue to move forward, but this could be a new major rally for Ethereum that we're looking at currently. Next, we have to talk about the on-chain metrics, what we're actually seeing happening. And this chart is just, it's hot. It's hot. It's a good-looking chart. So this is the Ethereum on-exchange balance. You can see, of course, we basically hit peak Ethereum here. This is back early 2020. Ever since that time, it's just been down, 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 down. Much like Bitcoin, I think that was our peak Bitcoin, peak Ethereum moments. We're never going to see that much Ethereum on exchanges ever again. It's just going to keep going down. We've gone from 22 million Ethereum on exchanges to around 14 million Ethereum on exchanges in a little over a year's time. Very impressive, of course, and obviously, the more Ethereum that gets taken off of exchanges, the less Ethereum there is for people to buy. And what do you get? What do you get? What do you get when you have an asset which is becoming increasingly scarce to get your hands on while demand continues to rise? Well, the price goes up. That is what the heck happens. We also have 9.7 million Ethereum currently being used in DeFi. So we got that locked up in DeFi. That's hit the DeFi layer of the ecosystem. Now look, that Ethereum can move back and forth and in and out. We've seen some of that Ethereum going to layer 2, for example. So it's still part of the Ethereum ecosystem, but not directly on the Ethereum main chain. But 9.7 million Ethereum in DeFi, that's around 8 or 9% of the total supply of all Ethereum currently sitting in DeFi, earning yield, which is pretty gosh darn awesome. That number does not include the Ethereum in the deposit contract, which is incredible as well. We are seeing right now 8.5 million Ethereum being staked in ETH 2.0. Massive numbers backing the future of Ethereum. We see more Ethereum coming in all the time. As you can see, this has just been a pretty much straight up chart. At no point have we just plateaued out and there's no more Ethereum coming in. There's no more people backing the future of Ethereum. People want that yield, and ETH 2.0 staking yield, pretty simple, pretty safe. It's one of the lower risk options in terms of getting some solid yield on your Ethereum. It's around 4.5% APY right now for staking up your Ethereum. And of course, if you use something like Lido, then you can actually go and stake your Ethereum, get a staked Ethereum token so you can get immediate liquidity on that, all that fun kind of stuff. So very impressive to see how much has gone into the deposit contract. Now, of course, we have to talk about burning. If we're going to talk about scarcity, we have to talk about what is happening with the burn. So we have all this Ethereum being taken off exchanges, all of it going into DeFi, all of it going into the 2.0 deposit contract and stuff like that. But then we have just a crazy amount of burning happening. So we recently passed, I think it was about a week ago, we passed over the 1 million Ethereum that has been burnt threshold. In fact, now, about a week or so later, we've burnt another 70,000 Ethereum. So we're almost up to 1.1 million Ethereums been burnt. And at this rate, by like February or something, we're going to be at 2 million Ethereum burned, which is insanity. We've also been seeing consistent days of negative issuance for Ethereum. So we've had single days where there's just been, the total supply has gone down, basically. So the burn has surpassed the new emissions on those days. This is absolutely just crazy moon juice for Ethereum. This is a supply side crisis that you're witnessing here in full swing, basically. Supply on exchanges plummeting, people are using it, locking it away, and we're burning it at the same time, man. This is some loco stuff that we're seeing right here. So this is a massive factor. EIP 1559 has been, in my opinion, a very successful Ethereum improvement in terms of the scarcity of the asset. And obviously, we're going to, in the near future, reach a peak point for Ethereum issuance before we start going just negative every single year, burning millions of Ethereum away from the total supply. We also have Ethereum Layer 2s, which are really starting to take off. And as we mentioned right at the start of the video, the fee situation's been pretty gnarly on Ethereum recently. I think unless you are moving, potentially tens of thousands of dollars around, using Ethereum can be pretty tough. I mean, I wouldn't want to use Ethereum for anything less than a few $1,000s per transaction, to be honest, just because the fees are so high, right? I mean, if you're sending like $100 or something in stable coins, I mean, half your money's gone just to fees. If you're sending $1,000 worth of stable coins, well, you might be looking at 4 or 5% of that money being gone just to send it. Those aren't very good economics for Ethereum, but thankfully, we have layer 2s taking off. Now, Arbitrum, it's currently the biggest one. It has $2.7 billion of total value locked up in Arbitrum-based DeFi. Now, Arbitrum's a lot cheaper to use than Ethereum Layer 1. It's about a tenth of the cost, so still not like dirt cheap. You're still looking at a couple dollars to send Ethereum around on Arbitrum. You're still looking at $10-15 to do some DeFi stuff on Arbitrum, so way cheaper than the Ethereum main chain, but still not dirt cheap, not like some of their chains like Solana you can do for pennies or Polygon you can do for pennies, but big improvement. And of course, Arbitrum's not the only one. Arbitrum we talk about because it's the biggest one in terms of total value locked right now. We have lots of other layer 2s that are starting to get a lot of traction that have fees that are 30-40 cents per transaction, so a tenth of the cost of Arbitrum, 1/100th of the cost of the Ethereum main chain. So we have lots of players out there in the Ethereum Layer 2 space that are really starting to make a difference in terms of usability for the chain. Then we have this, Vitalik just made a post outlining how network sharding can be implemented in at least a limited form much sooner than originally anticipated. Now, in that, he also talked about EIP 4488, which is actually going to lower the cost to be using these different rollup solutions by a factor of 5. So when that comes out, we'll see Arbitrum, for example, being 1/5 of the price. So it's going to go down from being a tenth to a 50th as much as using the Ethereum main chain. So that will be a pretty important move when it comes. But also in that post, he was talking about the implementation of network sharding coming much sooner than originally anticipated. Now, what he's talking about is rolling out some different stages of it, starting with just a few shards instead of trying to go for, a launch with 64 shards right from the get-go, but that they could bring out 3 or 4 shards and actually have it be a situation where you could dramatically reduce the load on the main chain just by having a few extra shards coming in. Now, this would reduce gas on the main chain dramatically. And so if we had, for example, a 75% reduction in gas fees on the main chain, that then rolls over to layer 2, where they immediately get a massive reduction in their fees because it's so much cheaper for them, once again, to be operating. So not only are we going to get the EIP 4488, that is going to bring down the layer 2 fees by a factor of 5, but we're also going to start getting the early implementations of sharding. That will bring it down once again. Now, this is not going to happen tomorrow, unfortunately, but in the coming months, we're going to start seeing this stuff roll out. So this is good news. People like to really get upset about the fee situation on Ethereum, and I understand. I don't like paying hundreds of dollars per transaction to do stuff in DeFi, and it's complicated in DeFi. You got to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps sometimes to add liquidity, approve the contracts, put it in over here. By the time you're done, you've spent $500, $700, $800, $1,000 on transactions. It's redonkulous. It is redonkulous. But this is going to fix a lot of these problems. So don't be betting against Ethereum. There's an incredible amount of development happening behind it, and new things are coming all the time. We are seeing the technology advance. Then we have to talk about the merge. The merge is coming. So this is when we are going to take the proof of work chain, blast it together with the proof of work chain, and they will become one together. Now, that's exciting because it changes the dynamics of the entire network. It removes all the Ethereum uses up so much energy argument. That won't be there anymore. It also will change the economics in a very positive way. So instead of having miners mine and dump Ethereum, you're going to have stakers staking and then be incentivized to actually restake to get more rewards. So it becomes more of a virtuous cycle versus more of the troubled relationship we can see with mining and the network. However, what gets me really excited in terms of seeing the price go to the moon is that part of this upgrade is a 90% reduction in the annual emission of Ethereum. This is the equivalent of 3 Bitcoin halvenings happening at one freaking time. That's nuts, man. So again, we take all that stuff together. We take massive scalability improvements. We have the supply plummeting on exchanges. We have it being burnt up like crazy. And then we're going to have a 90% reduction in annual emission. Well, that's when you actually start to go negative with the total supply. So very interesting stuff there. That's going to be massive. And that's coming Q1, maybe, probably more like Q2 or Q3 next year. But that's really not that far away. It's going to happen before you know it. Then we have, of course, the big money picture when it comes to Ethereum. Big money has been getting increasingly involved in Ethereum. We have an Ethereum futures ETF application, which has been filed. And you know my opinion on futures-backed ETF products for crypto. They're garbage. They're junk. I don't like them at all. But it's still a step in the right direction. And I think that it will be the gateway drug towards a spot ETF for Ethereum. Canada's already got spot Bitcoin, spot Ethereum ETFs. The US keeps pushing futures-based ETFs on people, which are just an inherently inferior product compared to what the market actually wants, which is a spot ETF product. But Ethereum futures, they're a step in the right direction. And I think because we already have Bitcoin futures, we will get those Ethereum futures ETFs approved in the not-so-distant future. Then, of course, we have people out there like Cathie Wood representing Ethereum in their portfolio. So the ARK crypto portfolio is 40% Ethereum, 60% Bitcoin. So they're still more Bitcoin heavy, but they're looking at Ethereum, looking at the innovation happening there. So we're seeing a lot of institutional money take an interest in Ethereum, take an interest in getting exposure to that asset. We can see the Coinbase trading volume also showing that Ethereum, not Bitcoin, has been the preferred purchase of big money players. That is a very, very important distinction to make because Coinbase is where the institutional money is buying their crypto, and they are doing bigger volumes of Ethereum than Bitcoin. The big money, they like Ethereum. They see the value proposition because what is Ethereum offering? Not only all that stuff we just talked about, all the innovation, the on-chain stuff, the mechanics of the burning, all this. We have NFTs, we have DeFi, we have gaming, we have metaverse, we have DAOs, we have stablecoins, 500 other things happening on Ethereum. Yes, a $20,000 Ethereum price target is not actually crazy when you start to understand all of this stuff. It's just a game of patience. It's a question of when this is going to happen, not if this is going to happen. But of course, those are just my two gway for the day. Your question, do you think that Ethereum can reach $20,000, or am I just hitting that hopium a bit too gosh darn hard? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.